This is WNEP TV 16, the news station. Now, Nolan Johannes, Karen Harch, Jack Ruland in Skycam 16, meteorologist Tom Clark with his backyard forecast, and Tim Carlson Sports. This is Newswatch 16.
A mine subsidence that closed part of Mountain Road in Plymouth today has been filled in. This hole opened up last night in the Luzerne County community. It was about 20 feet wide, 10 feet deep. The subsidence broke a water main, leaving about 25 PG&W customers without water early this morning. Work crews have been doing mine flushing in the area of Plymouth. Just last year, there was a mine subsidence on this very same road.
The Weather Watch is next with Tom Clark.
Thank you. Well, we got another storm heading our way. It's not going to miss us. And when we come back, I'll be showing you where it's coming from and just about how much we're going to get. You're watching Newswatch 16 on WNEP TV, and we're proud to serve Williamsport and all of Lycoming County.
North Pole above, North Pole above. Up periscope.
Wherever you go in the snow and ice, Sorels have already been there. Sorels by Kaufman, the boots that change the footprint of winter. With waterproof bottoms, triple-stitched to premium leather uppers, thick, warm wool felt liners. Only a Sorel is made like a Sorel. Wherever winter takes you, we've been there.
Well, Tom says something about a storm coming. Tom?
Another one.
No doubt about it, Nolan and Karen, heading our way from the Midwest, and it's going to bring us more than just rain, I'm afraid. Once again, another Tuesday storm moving on through. Now, the Weather Watch tonight begins out in Lycoming County, where my weather watcher, Jim Gibbons, has 46 in his backyard. It's cloudy out that way tonight. And Cliff Ships in Stroudsburg, Monroe County, also has 46 degrees. And up there in Hickory Grove, near the border, Jackie Rose checks in with 40 and some sprinkles of rain up there at this hour. Now, earlier today, our photographer Neil Gallagher was up in Skycam 16 and got us that shot flying over the rolling hills and dales of Luzerne County out near Chickasha. 46 in the backyard now. We have humidity of 79%. The wind is very light from the southwest, and the barometer is falling from 29.89. Range and temp today, 51 and 41. 15, the record low set back in 1933. Now, the satellite view coming up next will show us where that storm is now out over the, South Dakota. Some snow and rain out ahead of it, and it'll be on the heels of this weak cold front that is moving through the region tonight. 86 tied a record down in Miami today. For tonight, we will have a few sprinkles early tonight, and then I think we'll have some partial clearing after midnight, and the moon will begin to peek through the clouds. Temperatures should stay above freezing tonight under the cloud cover, about 36 in Williamsport, 36 in Manuka, and the breeze will be shifting late tonight from the northwest. And the sun will be coming up tomorrow morning at 6:55, and the sun will set, now look at that, 4:42. Days still getting shorter. Overnight tonight, a little sprinkle of rain this evening in some places, especially north of Wilkes-Barre and Scranton. Otherwise, becoming partly cloudy, about 36 here. Now, tomorrow morning should start out dry, no problems for the rush hour. Then as the storm approaches, a mixture of rain and snow will break out across the area. And then as the storm system is a pretty fast mover, moves offshore tomorrow night, some colder air will come in, probably a change over to all snow, and there could be as much as 3 or 4 inches by midnight tomorrow night, especially across the northern counties of our viewing area and in the elevations. So kind of a sloppy mess on the way. And then partly sunny on Wednesday, colder, not too much above freezing for highs, and then on Thursday, sunshine and more rain possible by Friday. So we'll be tracking that storm system and have an update tonight after the game.
Okay, Tom. Thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
Tim Carlson will have the Sports Watch with more on that Penn State perfect season.
Plus the brand new high school Super 16.
If you think your only choices this winter are scary heating bills or a house that's too cold, think Carrier. Carrier has the new furnace or heat pump you need to cut down those big bills.
Buy now with no payments or interest charges till spring. Call for details.
Call RM Hans Berwick or Mahaffey Energy Systems 40 Fort for this limited time Carrier offer.
There's only one Formula One Grand Prix race run in this country. This year, the car that won it was powered by Renault. I mention this because we've just brought some of that competitive thinking to the street. Renault GTA. I consider it another Renault victory.
Well, high school football season is winding down, right?
We're getting close to the end, Karen. In just a few weeks, as a matter of fact, SportsWatch 16 will be awarding the beautiful #1 team trophy to the top high school football club in the final Super 16. But before that happens, there are 2 weeks of playoffs remaining, and there are some changes in this week's rankings, so let's get to it right now. At 16, the Coughlin Crusaders back in the rankings after 2-week absence. They won the Eastern Conference semifinal playoff spot. At number 15, the Whitehall Zephyrs returning to the rankings after 6 weeks of away. They'll play Stroudsburg this week for the District 11 AAA title. At 14, the Mount Carmel Red Tornadoes up from 16 even though they were off. They'll play in the Eastern Conference semis. At number 13, the Freeland Whippets up one spot. They didn't play last week. At number 12, the Catasauqua Rough Riders down from 6th after a loss to unranked Dira. At number 11, the Muncie Indians up from 12th. They defeated Sayre in the District 4 semis last week. At number 10, the Mahanoy area Golden Bears, last week's number 11 team. They won the Eastern Conference South C1 title with a win over Shenandoah. At number 9, the Montoursville Warriors up from 10th. They defeated Selinsgrove in the District 4 AA semis. Number 8, the Upper Dauphin Trojans. They moved up one even though they were idle. At number 7, the GAR Grenadiers up a notch from 8th. They won the Eastern Conference Central B title last Friday. At number 6, the North Schuylkill Spartans, another idle team that moved up a spot. And the top 5 are the same as last week. Williamsport, the Millionaires did not play. They'll be in the Eastern Conference Class A semis on Saturday. Number 4, the Towanda Black Knights. They won the District 4 semifinal last Friday. Number 3, the Stroudsburg Mountaineers. They won this past Friday. They'll play in the District 11 AAA title game Friday night. At number 2, the Valley View Cougars. They did not play last week. They'll appear in the Eastern Conference A semis this Saturday. And at number 1, the Marion Catholic Colts. They did not play last week. They'll play in the Eastern Conference Class B semis this Saturday. Well, the new college top 20 rankings will be coming out in just a few minutes from the Associated Press, and there's no doubt Penn State will be in the number 2 spot since they beat Notre Dame and Michigan was upset by Minnesota. I think Penn State proved to everyone that they are all they're cracked up to be after the exciting victory at Notre Dame, and I'm not the only one.
We beat a great team away from home in a tough stadium, and I think that's, you know, shows you that's what you got to do, obviously, to win a national championship. We didn't win it today. I mean, just kept ourselves in position.
Get a good look at that right there, all right? Penn State and Miami listed together, and just in case you missed it over the weekend, the folks at the University of Miami announced they'll go to the Fiesta Bowl to play Penn State for the national championship. The game, as long as the NCAA approves, and they will be played January 2nd in prime time. The only thing standing in the way of the Penn State-Miami title game matchup will be a Penn State loss to Pitt this Saturday, and that shouldn't happen. By the way, ABC announced today they will not be televising the Penn State-Pitt game. They will be carrying the Nebraska-Oklahoma game at 3:30 this Saturday. And that means the Penn State-Pitt game at Beaver Stadium will start at 12:20 this Saturday. We'll see you later.
All right, thanks, Tim. They were born with the help of high medical technology, and now they will help to solve a medical mystery.
We'll show you how 2 baby cows and tell you why they are unique next as Newswatch 16 continues.
In performance tests conducted earlier this year by the United States Auto Club, the best-selling European car in America, the Volkswagen Jetta, beat the Mazda 626 and the Honda Accord DX. The results were convincing, but now the deals are even better. Test the Jetta yourself at your Volkswagen dealer and drive home a winner.
See your local Volkswagen dealer now.
I'm the first to leave my bed. Gotta get 'em dressed and fed. Give 'em all a little peck and some Citrus Hill Select. It's a healthy little potion, one that gets 'em all in motion. From the taste right to the vitamin C. Every single glass I pour has a day's supply and more. Citrus Hill Select gets their juices flowing, and their day gets going, and their juices get flowing. Citrus Hill Select is sweets from the heart. That's where oranges are sweet, making vitamins a treat. Citrus Hill Select gets your juices flowing. Citrus Hill Select gets your juices flowing.
Finally tonight, a family whose youngster was saved by a liver transplant now is helping other families facing that same need. Newswatch 16's Valerie Devine reports how the family of little Nicholas Wolf held a cattle auction today to raise money for other children needing transplants.
Right, not 30 right now, 35.
This is a story about two medical miracles. You're looking at medical miracle number 1. These two calves being auctioned off here in Millville are identical twins. They were transplanted into different mothers using a new technology called embryo splitting. This is medical miracle number 2, 2-year-old Nicholas Wolf. We've told you about little Nicholas and his fight for a liver transplant. Now that Nicholas is back home again, his family wants to help other children who need transplant operations. That's what this cattle auction is all about.
We've experienced the good feeling that our son's given another chance. And unfortunately, a lot of children aren't, especially in pediatric situations. About 1 out of 3 children that are on transplant lists for liver transplants die.
$100,000 where?
A group of farmers bought the Wolf's 2 hybrid calves for $100,000. The money from the sale will go into 2 different funds set up for organ donor awareness and research. Nicholas Wolf's mother, Lois, says she's glad all of the family's hard work is paying off.
We've thought about this a long time, about donating these animals, and I just feel it's the right thing to do. And I guess I knew I would be here with Nicholas.
The Wolves say although they're pleased with the $100,000 raised from the sale of these 2 calves, they know it's only a start. They would like to continue to help promote donor awareness to give other children like little Nicholas a second chance at life. Valerie Devine, Newswatch 16, Millville.
And that is Newswatch 16 for Monday.
Be sure to join us tonight on The Update when we'll have a complete report on this afternoon's fire in Honesdale.
World News Tonight is next. For the team, thank you for joining us.
Enjoy your evening.